எல்லா கலைப்படைப்புகளுக்குள்ளும் ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்டல் ஐடியா இருக்கு. ஆனால் இன்ட்ரின்சிக் ஐடியாவும் இருக்கு. நாவல்னா அது நாவலாக நிற்கணும், அது பெயிண்டிங்னா அது பெயிண்டிங்காகவும் நிற்கணும், சினிமானா சினிமாவும் நிற்கணும். எனக்கு அந்த இன்ட்ரின்சிக் வேல்யூஸ் ஆஃப் சினிமாவும் உங்களுடைய இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்டல் டிசைனும் நல்லா பேலன்ஸ் ஆகிருக்கு தான் பார்க்குறது.
Memory is empowering, nostalgia is extremely disturbing, and not only disturbing, it is also a downward spiral. It can take you to any nonsensical position. In that sense, it's very, very important that we use modern technology to revive memory rather than nostalgia. For me, rationalism is much more than just working outside the canons of faith. Rationalism is far more embedded as a clear goal, where that goal has an idea of fighting indignity, and I thought that came out very well in the film. And one aspect of this film to look at its departure as well as continuity is what we find is people are, at least in Tamil Nadu, broadly rational, specifically irrational. They'll be so rational that they will buy a BMW, but they will take it to the bodyguard Muneeswaran temple and tie to lemons. At some level, I was always fascinated by this idea of broadly rational, specifically irrational. This film manages to get that balance. It is not looking down at people who are broadly rational but specifically irrational as inhuman creations. They are human creations, but they have this stumbling block. And most defining part for this film is it is easy to make this film as a documentary, but making it a feature film, imagining them as real life people rather than fictional creations, there is a very, very fine balance between artistic creation and an idea of sharing a viewpoint to the people. Sharing the viewpoint did not subsume any of the cinematic requirements, and cinematic requirements did not subsume your desire to foreground rationalism for the people. But that fine balance between the aesthetic demands of the film and the idea of saying something worthwhile to the people has come out very well. What went through my mind when I was seeing the film second time? After being elected thrice, he was not permitted to enter the parliament because he was refusing to take oath in the name of the holy book. In Tamil Nadu also we faced a similar situation where in Papapatti and Kiripatti, where people said that you are Dalit, we are not going to accept you as a leader. The fact that they did not change the reserve constituency privilege made those people to finally agree and permitted to have Dalit head of the village twice. But I think that persistence after being rejected for 3 times and coming back at the 4th time and becoming the member of the parliament, it is happening in Tamil Nadu. We are not permitting the irrational people to bulldoze and not permit them to come in. Therefore, for me, rationalism is responsible thinking, and the moment it becomes responsible thinking, we know how to address some of these major historically inherited discriminations. I like that idea, the way you mentioned about women should not enter the forest, and quickly you had that reference to the menstrual blood and how blood can attract wild animals. There was a certain amount of taboos. Unless and otherwise we explain them very clearly, they become irrational taboos. We know that animals smell blood and they might come. Taking precaution against not to get hurt is not irrational, but making it a religious ritual, we make ourselves a ridiculously irrational human being. I like those type of bends in your story. Those bends actually give us some sort of an idea of how the first set of taboos had come in. But that first set of taboos were there to protect us. But later, when it becomes a ritualistic one, it becomes terribly oppressive, and it becomes terribly distorting our own understanding. I never considered Tamil Nadu as a state which is fully free of right-wing imagination. Right-wing imagination has been contained in Tamil Nadu. 150 years we have managed to contain them. None of these things are becoming a huge statewide issue. Our ability to contain is a contribution of these type of constant rationalistic intervention. I have no romantic idea of Tamil Nadu as a state which is free of all fault lines. I am very, very happy to be a Tamilian because we as Tamilians know these are all our fault lines. After the third term of Modi, lot of people have lost their hope. But I always believe that hope is forever and people will never give up hope. And people's aspiration to have a better society is deeply embedded in them. They might be disappointed with the developments, external developments, but internally they will have that courage to fight to reclaim what is due to them. And this film is a major catalyst to help people to reclaim what is due for humanity, and rationality is the most important seed through which what is required for people can be achieved.